Hello. This is a Biscuit tier ranking list because I was about 5 minutes ago watching Adam online on Twitch. My lovely friend, my good chum, my most powerful of champions, and he's wrong about biscuits. And I said I'd make him a tier list, and because I know I don't have much longer with the internet right now, I'm going to do it, put it up, and this will probably be one of the last things to go up from me for about a week. Now, I tried to find a good tier list that had a good variety of biscuits, but the two important ones here are the digestives and the rich tea, which are right there. And I've chosen my own tiers. We've got an auto buy. If you see this in the store, you buy it. You've got a never turn down. If someone offers it to you, you take it. You're like, yeah, this is good. Quality, which is you might not always be up for it. You might not always be sitting there thinking, oh, I could really go for, I really want this biscuit right now. But, you know, it might pop into your head once a month and you're like, you know, yeah, I'll have one of these. That sounds pretty good. Solid is just, it's a good biscuit. It's not going to blow the doors off, but it's okay. And the final tier, which I'm not going to say because YouTube might demonetize my channel, even though it shouldn't be monetized in the first place, is probably not going to be used looking at this. Oh no, it will be used looking at one. Other tier lists that I saw have biscuits that have fruit in, and I'll say this now, if your biscuit has a raisin or a sultana in, it is low quality garbage and you can throw it out of my house. So what we start with are the Cadbury fingers. Now these are great because these go in solid. They're not amazing. I'm not gonna go out and buy a Cadbury finger just willy-nilly. If I've got maybe there's a party, you'd get some people in, you'd have some Cadbury fingers lying around, because anybody can have them. They're good fun. They're not really great for dunking, I don't think. They can work, but if it's slightly too warm, the chocolate's going to melt all over your hands, and unlike a chocolate digestive, you don't have that safety point where you can hold it without the chocolate melting all over you. This doesn't say that they're, low quality. They're just not, they're solid. That's the point of this tier. They are okay biscuits that I would be up for, but I'm not gonna go out of my way to get. Pink wafers. Pink wafers are quality. I love pink wafers, if I'm remembering the name of these right. They've got the Pink Panther type mascot on them. They taste pretty good. But they're not something that you can eat a lot of. I will say the difference between the chocolate fingers and these is that I could eat a whole pack of chocolate fingers pretty easily. Because I'm a fat fuck. And the pink wafers, I'd struggle a bit more. But I do enjoy them a lot. Pink wafers are pretty good. I put them on quality. The other downside to them is they're not really very dunkable, which is actually tempting me to put them in the higher end of solid. Maybe high-end solid. No, maybe I should swap this. Actually, I'm going to swap this. I'm already because I'm a reasonable person. I'll change my mind if presented with good evidence. I'm going to put the chocolate fingers above because I think there's more versatility in them. But I do like a pink wafer. Ginger nuts. Oh, that's difficult. I'd actually put ginger nuts in auto buy. And hear me out. I think ginger nuts are actually a better baseline than digestives. I'm not saying digestives are better. I'm saying that ginger nuts are a more solid baseline. As long as you like ginger. If you don't like ginger, then they go straight down to fuck off. But ginger nuts, I think, are just a really good baseline biscuit. They can be dunked in pretty much anything because they've got really good structural integrity. They taste great on their own. They don't taste too passive, so you can't just eat a whole packet of them, which I'm going to call a benefit because it prevents you from doing damage to yourself. Ginger nuts go high, and ginger nuts are perfect. You wouldn't go out and get a chocolate ginger nut. I mean, you might. They probably exist, but I wouldn't go out and get a chocolate ginger nut because ginger nuts are already perfect on their own. Digestives are going... If they end up behind anything, that's a mistake on my part. I put something in the wrong place. Digestives are auto buy, high tier. They're perfect for dunking. They taste great on their own. They are the default British biscuit, and I think ginger nuts are a better comparison baseline. But digestives, automatic top tier. Or they are fantastic. I cannot go wrong with a digestive. The Maryland, and this is a specific brand thing. Yeah, these are all specific brands. This is the Nestle, I believe, or the McVitie's. The McVitie's digestive brand is what we're talking about here. They're the top tier of them. Maryland cookies. Maryland cookies go in quality. I might turn them down, depending on mood. Never turn down is probably too strong. It's just I feel stronger about the stuff I never turn down. Maryland cookies are quality. They taste pretty good. They're not as good as like a proper full-size chocolate chip cookie, but they're very good. I do like a good Maryland cookie. I'm just not going to go out. And if you're American, I'm saying you're going to call all of these cookies, and you're wrong, because these are cookies, because they're chocolate chip cookies. These aren't all cookies. The majority of these are biscuits. Maryland just happen to be called cookies. It's my language. Yeah, Maryland cookies, good quality chocolate chip cookie. I'm into them. Now these I think are milk biscuits, if I'm remembering right. Let me see if I can. They're malted milks, right? Let's zoom in and have a little look. Malted milk. I gotta say, I like malted milk. Malted milk, they're pretty good. I'm putting them in solid. I'm gonna put them above the pink wafers. Malted milk are solid. They're not the most exciting thing to eat. I think they're like what you would expect a digestive to be like if you hadn't had any of these. If someone described the flavors of them, I think you would assume a malted milk to taste like a digestive, only because they're bland. And I think digestives on the surface can look bland, but they've actually got a lot going for them. Malted milk kind of are bland, but that's fine. They're still pretty solid, and I like a good milk biscuit. I'm into it. These are the weird, like, Fox's custard. They're like a custard cream, but they have a more crumbly a biscuit. I'm gonna put them in low end of solid. I haven't had them in a while. They're fine. They're just not. I would never go out of my way to grab one ever. Like I'm never gonna buy those specifically unless I figure out what they taste like. So I think they're gonna go bottom end of solid. I would never turn them down. Well, I might turn them down. I would never, grimace eating one, but I'm not gonna seek them out. Rich teas. Now this is the whole basis of this video, is that I was in Adam's chat and I said rich teas are good, and I got assaulted for some reason because I think rich teas are a good biscuit. Not the best, not the highest quality thing in the world, not the bee's knees of biscuits. They're not going to make me explode full of cum. They're just good. They work well for dunking. They're good on their own. You can get chocolate rich teas, which I think are okay, but not super my thing. And they're in an auto buy for me. Lower than ginger nuts as well here. I'm not a rich tea fanatic, despite making this entire video because somebody criticised my choice of rich tea biscuits. I just think that they're good. They're really good, and I like them, and it makes me sad that people don't show them the appreciation they deserve. I don't think you can. I think they go bad quicker. I think once you've opened a packet, they take less time to get to a point when they're no longer enjoyable, but they're great. They're still good. I'm fond of them. Kit Kats are chocolate bars. I don't know why they're here. They go into... Okay, hear me out. They go into middle quality because I would turn a regular Kit Kat down. If this was a Kit Kat Chunky, or especially like a Kit Kat Peanut Chunky, I'm all in. A regular Kit Kat is good. I like it, but if I'm picking a chocolate bar, which is what this is, if I'm picking a biscuit, I'm not getting Kit Kats. And if I'm picking a chocolate bar, which is what this is, I'm not gonna choose a regular Kit Kat. And I don't like the discourse around whether or not you eat a Kit Kat right. If you break it in half, if you chomp right into it, everything's valid, okay? I'm not going to criticise your biscuit eating techniques. All of your choices on biscuits are valid here, okay? There are no Oreos here, but if Oreos are in here, they'd be never turned down. They're in a different list. There's a multiple different lists that people have made, and Oreos are just missing on this one. Nice biscuits, not nice. They've got nice written on them, but they're pronounced Nice. Never turned down. They are coated in sugar. They're horrific for you. You should never buy them, but when you're going around your grandparents and they're like, oh, I've got a load of biscuits, they'll have Nice biscuits and they're great. Love them. Good for dunking, but it's the sugar all over them that really, really gives them that addictive flavour. And I would never turn them down. I'm not buying them, but I'd never turn down a Nice biscuit. Caramel bar, like, again, this is a chocolate bar masquerading as a biscuit in this list. There is a wafer in that. Like a Kit Kat, there is like a wafer in that, and that's not a biscuit, but I wouldn't turn them down. Also, like a Nice biscuit, horrifically bad for you, but they taste so good. They're so good, and they've got a little bit of resistance, which just coats the mouth. It's beautiful. I love it. Oh, it's so good. Party rings are another never turn down. But party rings, I like where they are there. I like where they are exactly there because they're right above the chocolate fingers. Both would be served in a similar environment, but I would put party fingers above the fingers. I would put party rings above party fingers. Party rings above the fingers. I think they taste nicer. I think the difference in colour, while probably doesn't actually change flavour, makes them a lot more interesting to eat. Party rings can also be shared by more people. You know, if you're lactose intolerant, you can have a party ring. They probably don't have milk, I think. I'm not sure. Party rings are great. And there's none of this melting on your hand business with the chocolate. Party rings can be served at any time of the year because they'll always stay good. I like that sweetness. Chocolate hobnobs, this'll be where I get crucified. They can fuck off. Chocolate hobnobs, the ones that I've had at least, use some of the worst chocolate I've ever had. And if we are going to compare, if I am going to be unfair, right? Why would I have a chocolate hobnob over a chocolate digestive? Ever. In what scenario in my life am I looking at biscuits and going, I'd rather have a chocolate hobnob over a chocolate digestive? Maybe there's a possibility I would pick a regular hobnob. If regular hobnobs are on here, they'd be an auto buy, or maybe even never turn down. I would never pick a chocolate hobnob over a chocolate digestive. I might pick a hobnob over a regular digestive because there's more body to it. There's a crunch. It's a different experience. Chocolate hobnob's also a different experience, but they're a much different taste, and that taste is shit. So they are gone. They are out. They're gonna mix in here for me with the other biscuits that have raisins in, because they're bad. These I don't remember the last time I've ever had these. Let's get a better look at them. I don't know what they're called, but yeah, they're like kind of they're a bit like a mix between a custard cream and a bourbon, but they're like a double chocolate thing. I'm gonna put them in solid based off my memory of them. I don't remember them super well. Then go solid. These bad boys I do not know the name of, and they always escape me. I never see them anywhere. I don't buy them. They appear sometimes in the world, and I have one, and I'm like, yeah, this is good. This is like a malted milk, which I know I put low, but this is like a malted milk that has chocolate on the back, and that massively improves it. They're some good quality biscuit. Solid dunking capacity because they have construction integrity. The chocolate's it's a really nice milk chocolate. Love them. Great. Chocolate digestives. I rate chocolate digestives lower than digestives, and that's only because I think a regular digestive has more versatility and slightly better structural integrity. A chocolate digestive on a warm day does not function well. It's a poor choice. I would not pick it over a digestive in that scenario. In a lot of times, I would pick a chocolate digestive. But I think they're less versatile than a regular digestive, and that's okay. That's fine. That's not a mark against them too harshly, because they're great. Chocolate digestive, they are. If it's not digestive that is the British biscuit, it is a chocolate digestive. There is no question there, none at all, because they are fantastic. They're just not quite as good as a regular digestive, and maybe that's a propaganda thing. Maybe I've been convinced by Big Biscuit that digestives and chocolate digestives are the best, but that's how I feel. That's the truth that's been implanted into me. Jammy Dodgers. Oh, this is tough, because Jammy Dodger, right? Let me throw you down. Let me throw you down here while I discuss. The jam is a little too hard sometimes. For some of them, sometimes you bite into it and it's just too chewy, which it's a weird experience to have when you eat a biscuit, and I don't think it lends itself well to being dunked, because the jam's a lot of flavour. It's not like chocolate. Milk chocolate isn't a too strong a flavour that being dunked into something isn't going to destroy it. I think jam getting dunked in a coffee or a tea, if you're a tea drinker, I'm not, which is really going to hurt my... I'm not a tea drinker, I don't like baked beans, and that'll hurt my my credibility here, but it lets you know where I stand. So if you're on side with me there, you know that you can respect my opinion. Jammy Dodgers, I don't think dunk very well, but I do think that they're... I think that I would put them above a Kit Kat, and I would actually put a Kit Kat below a chocolate finger. Viennese whirls aren't biscuits, I think. They kind of are, because it's like a biscuit thing, and it's basically kind of a mini scone. And as somebody who doesn't give a shit about the bourgeoisie, I'm going to put you at the bottom end of solid. No, Viennese whirls are okay. I don't eat them very often. I eat them very rarely, actually. I can't remember, again, like the ones there next to. I don't remember the last time I had them. I remember them being fine. This looks like an off-brand bourbon, but we are assuming main brand. Do McVitie's do McVitie's? Is it the McVitie's bourbon that's the good one? Well, we're assuming like proper brand bourbon or even store brand. I will say this: Tesco bourbon and custard creams are actually pretty solid. Bourbons are just solid though. They are high-end solid biscuits. They're good, but it's not a great chocolate. And they just kind of feel a bit... They feel like the kind of thing, the kind of biscuit that you choose to buy once you hit your 50s because too much flavour is scary for you. And I know I'm saying that with digestives in the top rank, but if you don't understand, then you haven't had digestives. They are high-end solid, but not a never turn down, and not high quality. I wouldn't put them above a Kit Kat. I would take a Kit Kat over a bourbon. Jaffa Cakes aren't biscuits, but they are an auto buy. Jaffa Cakes, by definition, are cakes. If you see them in the biscuit aisle, they are in the wrong place, but they are auto buy. That combination of chocolate and cakey, the cakey texture, and the Jaffa, which I assume is orange jam or whatever, in the centre. Mwah, mwah. I love it. There's no ill will there to Jaffa Cakes. Again, I think they go above rich tea, because I think I'd rather have a Jaffa Cake than a rich tea, given the option if I could only take one. Unless I had a drink and then I'd pick the rich tea. But Jaffa Cakes go high. Custard creams, high end of quality. So custard creams and bourbons are going to be a sticking point for some people, because I think you're either a custard cream main or you're a bourbon main, and you pocket one of the others. I think custard creams are a more solid biscuit, because I think the cream substance just tastes better on its own, so you can break them off and you can eat that, and it's great. And the biscuit itself, it's kind of... It's a step above a malted milk, but it's not so much that it overpowers the cream, and it's not so much that the cream gets lost in it. I think the problem with the bourbon is that the whole thing kind of gets lost in itself, but a custard cream works with itself better. I think that's a good place for it. High end of quality. Maybe... No, I'll keep it there. Okay, let's do a little bit of shoring up here. Okay, hobnobs are down here with any biscuit that has fruit in. Chocolate hobnobs. Regular hobnobs would be in either high-end quality or low-end never turn down. That's where regular hobnobs would go. Viennese wells and these, they can stay there because I remember them being fine, but they're not great. The weird ginger cream fox biscuit thing, that's okay there. Yeah, that's okay there. I think I'll swap malted milk and the wafers. Again, I like malted milk. I just think I like the wafers more. Bourbons stick in high tier solid. Then we've got Kit Kat chocolate fingers, Jammy Dodgers merit. This one's actually kind of difficult. I may have been strong on custard creams here. No, I'm actually confident in my custard cream choice here. Jammy Dodgers I might put above the Maryland cookies, and the chocolate fingers I think I'm going to relent on and put above the Maryland cookies too. I think they're better than Kit Kats, but I don't know if they're better than the rest. By the way, I'm playing like a Spotify royalty-free beats playlist, so that's what you're listening to right now. I was going to pick something else, but I didn't want to get in trouble. Yeah, I think this is good for quality. Never turn down. I'm going to put party rings ahead of Nice biscuits because I think they're more versatile, and yeah, I think that's actually it. They're more versatile. Nice biscuits can stay there. Caramel can stay above these like milk chocolate things. Yeah. No, I'm okay with that. My auto buy tier, my highest tier. Digestives can stay there. They are number one. This might be this is gonna be this might cause some controversy. I'm sticking Jaffa Cakes and Ginger Nuts above chocolate digestives because Ginger Nuts have better structural integrity and more utility around the year. Jaffa Cakes are not a fair position here because Jaffa Cakes are not biscuits. If this was a general snack tier list, maybe we change here. But Jaffa Cakes are better than chocolate digestives, and if you argue against me on that, you've not developed the sense of taste of an adult. You are still tasting things of the age of a 6-year-old. That was too harsh. Jaffa Cakes can go there. Jaffa Cakes can go above chocolate digestives. They lack the versatility of a chocolate digestive, but they make up for it in flavor profile. Chocolate digestives go above rich tea. That's fine. I'm okay with that. But rich tea get to go in auto buy because rich tea are a really great biscuit. They go off faster is the problem. Like if you open a packet and you don't eat that packet fairly quickly, not fairly quickly, but quickly enough, or you don't seal it properly, they start to go staler faster. But that's the fault on you as a consumer, not the fault on the product, because they've done nothing wrong. Yeah, I think this is where I'm gonna sit on here. I know the chocolate hobnob's position is gonna upset someone, and they will just have to learn to accept better biscuits in their life. But any biscuit that has a fruit in it, any like cracker that has a raisin or a sultana in, that's low tier. If I did as a dessert tier list, they would all be in low tier because it ruins it. Yeah, I think this is good. Adam, if you've gotten to this point and you've not hit dislike, thank you, appreciate it. If you don't know these brands, if you're not familiar with any of these, get to know them. Get some digestives. Get some chocolate digestives. Get some rich tea. Buy some ginger nuts. They're good stuff. And yeah, that's my biscuit tier list. That's I think that's a good position. And anybody who disagrees with me is obviously wrong.